All right. Hey, yo, let's get it. Yeah.
Let's get it.
What's up, Austin?
What's good, man?
Hey, man, chilling.
How you been?
Can't complain. But welcome back, guys, to the Hunt Club Podcast. This is episode, what is it? 15?
Let's just throw a number out there.
I think it's 15.
It's 15. Yeah, it's 15.
We got Austin in front of me. Missing another man down in action.
Man, look, first and foremost, before you talk about Mike, I want to say this nigga Mike talks about how he's from West Baltimore, all that real shit, and a motherfucking doctor's, dentist
it wasn't
appointment, put him out and shit. Now he on like bed rest.
That's not what I heard. I heard he had an allergic reaction to the some gas station dick pills.
Oh,
yeah, it was them black ant shit. Had him out. Yeah, with a
curled his ass, man.
Swollen dick in the bed. But
just ordered them from Amazon like the rest of us.
We back, guys. Like I said, I got Austin with me. We got Steve on the audio, Dwayne on the video. We got Tiger as the intro. Is Tiger back? Are you fucking with this song?
I fuck with Tiger, man. He do some corny shit every one.
I'm talking about this song. Like,
I know, but it depends on sometimes like artists have good songs, but if you don't fuck with the artist, like as an artist, it's like still kind of trash.
No, that's true.
Would you turn it to a Bow Wow song? Even if it was like hot, would you blast that shit?
Never.
Exactly.
Never at this point. But I think Tiger had his run with his mixtapes, and he had the Rack City and all that stuff, and he had the Kim Kardashian. Well, I'm sorry, the Kardashian Jenner curse.
Yeah,
kind of knocked him out of commission.
But he was still doing mixtapes with like Chris Brown and shit.
That was the Chris Brown co-sign. I was on him by himself.
That's true.
But he came back. This is dope. I'm fucking with this song with Offset, and he had the he has the feature with what's that girl's name? Iggy Azalea, the Cream.
He
song,
does.
which is kind of hot. Yeah,
I haven't heard that one
too. But let's get into it, man. I think before we get into our actual topics, I just want to have a moment of silence for the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, not like the season was already dead, but they just traded Manny Machado. He's gone.
Yeah.
And so we officially suck. I mean, we suck, but now we like it's a wrap.
I was, as soon as I saw that he was traded, like it was just a flashback to Waterboy and shit. When the guy stood up, he was like, "Oh no, we suck again!"
Right.
But then I realized the Orioles were the worst fucking team in the league, so we kind of already.
Yeah. We had a run. Now it's back to sucking.
But now it's sucking. But then now it's really no point of buying tickets anymore because I would go to the games just to see Adam Jones and Manny Machado and shit.
Well, Jones is gonna be gone too.
Yeah. So Adam Jones is gonna be gone. So. It's like
it's a good like experience. Like, hey, let's go to the ballpark on Saturday. You can get some cheap ass tickets and bring your own food in.
Right.
But that's about it. You ain't really come to see them win. But let's get into
Manny Machado.
Shout out to Manny Machado. Wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, it has to be an amazing life to be. You know, how old is he? Like 26 millionaire from Miami, about to go to LA.
About to get about $300 million. So shout out to him, man.
I don't know what the hell he did in his past life, but bless that man.
But yeah, let's get into it, man. I want to start with the viral sensation that's been sweeping the country. That is the Shiggy / In My Feelings challenge. Have you done it yet?
I'm not coordinated anymore.
Have you and Kata done it yet? You and Cadence?
I'm not coordinated. She gets my genetics from me, so she can't dance. But no, like it was. I saw it and I was like, all right, that's cool and dope and everything like that. But once he does the breakdown part with the squatting and the knees and stuff like that, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let this shit pass. I'm gonna
start cracking and stuff. But for people that don't know, if you can explain it to us, what the Shiggy challenge is.
I mean, it's basically a dude on Instagram, dude, a comedian that makes skits, and he's just dancing at Drake's In My Feelings. I don't know where the hopping out the car shit came from though. I think
that's just always a viral thing, just dancing outside the car. I've seen it.
No, I think Odell started that though.
Oh,
because Odell Beckham did the shit.
I don't fucking know. I mean, these youngins, young whippersnappers are doing nowadays.
Well, basically, yeah, it's just a fad, a trend, a dance, hopping out the car and shit like that. I can't try it, one, because my brakes on my car are really, really fucking bad.
Right.
Like that loud as shit. I need to get them changed. And then two, like I said, my knees ain't what they used to be. So I can see myself breaking down with my knees while my car is continuously driving down the street.
Yeah, same thing. I'm
Right.
old and uncoordinated. My sons tried.
They
But
do?
it was more than a fad to Shiggy, because I heard he got that bag for that shit. Drake cut him that check for $250,000 for making the #1 record, because it was kind of just a song on the album. Then he did the dance to it, and then the popularity, skyrocketed and turned into a #1. And Drake, being Drake, always, ever
Always
so
like dick
charitable,
riding Drake,
opened the bag up, gave it to him.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like,
Reportedly,
yeah, I just couldn't see, because like you said, the song was catchy. It was stuck in my head. It's one of those songs that just kind of stick in your head anyway. But like you said, with the challenge that came with it, every time those challenges come around, it blows up. That definitely made it more commercialized. It made it more commercial.
You got white kids doing it now, and it's probably hasn't been on the Ellen show yet. Once it hits the Ellen show,
I think they're
that
trying to
means
get it on the Ellen show. Yeah,
that he made it. That's how you know that shit is viral, and it needs to die once it hits the Ellen show.
And once it's the Ellen show, or you see somebody like grandmother doing that shit,
Right.
or you see, just white people doing that shit, then that's when it's dead. They didn't do the dance no more. It's time for us to move on to the
It's
next
different
challenge.
for me. I thought this was over, and it kept picking up.
I mean, yeah, because once it started getting in the media and shit like that, and then everybody starts to do it, then I don't know, it just everything is like overkill now. And I don't want to seem like that
It's
grumpy
dead
old
now.
man and shit. Yeah, but like once you see it on your timeline like 3 or 4 times, 5 times, everybody doing it's kind of like, all right, we get it. All right.
Shout out to Shiggy, man.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Definitely anybody that's making money.
Give him a round of applause. So shout out to Shiggy. He got the bag and a blue check for that shit. He got verified on IG for that. But moving on, so we have comedy beef. Some old comedy beef that was rehashed between Mike Epps and Kevin Hart. They had a back and forth on Instagram. I think somebody asked Mike Epps a question or a comment about Kevin Hart, and he said he wasn't funny. Kevin Hart got in his feelings. He was talking about how he's the greatest this, and I sold out this, and this, which is all well and fine, but like Mike Epps pretty much said you still ain't funny, nigga. Well, that's all well and fine, but you ain't funny. So that comes back. So my question is, do you think Kevin Hart is funny? What is your take on Kevin Hart?
Nah, I don't think Kevin Hart is funny. I think
at all.
Nah, not at all. I mean, I really cannot remember the last time I laughed at a Kevin Hart joke or like any of like his. I think the last time I laughed at one of his jokes or scenes was in 40-Year-Old Virgin. That was a funny.
What? God damn.
That was a funny scene, but I don't know. You just get it's kind of the same. The pitch in his voice. Like once you heard it, the first year that it came out, it's kind of done. But I mean, it's everybody's opinion. That's the whole deal about being a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like people find you funny, some people don't.
His range is kind of limited. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you think? Are you a huge Kevin Hart fan?
I am a fan of Kevin Hart's his hustle, his come up.
Absolutely.
Like he hustles his fucking ass off. Like this nigga came from nothing. Like I remember seeing Kevin Hart on like Epic movie in like 2004, whenever it came out.
Right.
Those small roles, and now he's become one of the biggest comedian, I think, commercially in the world.
Right.
And the movie success he had, and the production company he has. So he's like hustling, and he's doing his thing. You can't hate him for that. Do I personally find him hilarious? No.
Do you put him on up there? Even though he's making as much money as any comedian out there, do you put him on that same level as the Chappelles, the Chris Rocks?
No, I think they're two different comedians, two different styles of comedy. Kevin Hart's more like physical, like slapstick kind of comedy. He's kind of more animated. Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, more cerebral. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like jokes that make you think. I'm a fan of Jerry Seinfeld too. I like Jerry Seinfeld stand up. So
I can't even. I never ever watched a Jerry Seinfeld.
Have you seen the show?
I've seen Seinfeld, absolutely.
Then that's his stand up.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
And nah, I'm not a Jerry Seinfeld. Well, one comedian that besides Kevin Hart that I've never found funny. And it's Robin Williams. I actually
ain't touching that. God bless the dead.
I don't care, man.
Mrs. Doubtfire, Jumanji.
That shit, he's not funny to me. I don't find him funny.
What the hell you talking about?
But like I said, I mean,
Yo,
Kevin,
that's classic. Fucking the genie from Aladdin, he raised you, nigga.
Nah, once I grew up and got out of that child stage and like literally start watching his stand up, I was like, he's not fucking funny at all.
I can't.
Like you said, God rest his soul, but I mean, I just never found him. It's like it like angers me when people call Robin Williams funny because
where's this Robin Williams hate coming? We were talking about Kevin Hart. You just had to throw in that shade on Robin
now
Williams.
We're on the topic. Now I can finally vent about how much I don't like Robin Williams. This is the first time ever
hearing you not thinking Robin Williams was funny.
Never thought he was funny. Moving on. Go ahead. Oh, and another thing, just with the Kevin Hart. So when it's kind of like you get tired of seeing Kevin Hart doing the same kind of roles too. I know you kind of touched on like the slapstick comedy. I mean, that's with his stand up, but also like even in the movies that he's doing now, because it kind of reminds me of Wayne back in 2008. 2008 when Wayne was on every single song that came out. Right. And Wayne was hot. I mean, he was doing his thing. It was nothing wrong with the material that he was putting out, but he was just everywhere too much. You got tired.
You get burnt out. Yeah, that's a good point. Even with we got burnt out with the Wayne features and all that. It's just like, all right, nigga, we kind of know what you're gonna say.
This nigga again,
Kevin Hart, pretty much he's in every movie doing the same type of comedy. The Rock too, like, and I love The Rock. Right. But like, god damn, nigga, how many giant monsters we gonna run from, and how many times the fucking world gonna explode? You gonna save them with your muscles and shit?
Right,
like,
you gonna hang from a plane and shit like that. I mean, is that? I mean, and even
kind of get burnt out with that same type of shit.
And that's the thing. Kevin Hart even does like voiceovers too. So it's like, even if you want to stay away from even if you like, all right, I'm just chilling, I'm not gonna go see a Kevin Hart movie. You sitting there with your kid watching a kid's movie, and then there goes Kevin Hart's voice again. It's like, it's no running from him. But again, applaud him, man, for getting to that bag, man. There's nothing wrong with following your dream and making millions off of it and helping a lot of people.
Yeah, so I just want to make it clear, we're not hating on Kevin Hart. Right. I'm not gonna get my bag like I do with Jay or nothing like that, or how you do with Tim Tebow.
I hate
so I think when me and
overrated,
before you were here, me and Mike were talking on the last episode about what triggers him. Me is how Jay-Z moves, and I'm not a Jay-Z hater. I just hate how he moves. I think he's a hypocrite with certain things.
Right.
And Mike, what was Mike triggered? Braun triggers Mike.
Braun really triggers Mike like that. Well, that's funny.
Triggers the shit out of Mike. And what's his name? Tebow triggers you, or Christian McCaffrey. It's not a Tim Tebow topic.
I'm not going to talk about Tim. I'm not going to deep dive into Tim Tebow. But one thing that I hate is when we applaud people for being average and below average.
He has 2 national titles.
Did you see the team that he
He's
played for?
He's a man of God.
Did you see the team that he played
for?
You
go against a man of God?
I will.
I'm sure you will. But anyways, but like I said, I don't want this to seem like a hate Kevin Hart topic, but his style personally isn't for me. Like I said, I'm more Chappelle, Rock, Seinfeld, kind of a more clever, witty type of comedy. He's more like Marlon Wayans, physical slapstick type of thing, which I'm not really into.
I think it's like more commercial. It transcends. Like, it's not going to be.
I'm saying it entertains everybody,
right?
It's not gonna be kids and adults and old people and things like that. Let's get into something a little bit more serious, real quick. Kind of segue into something that just happened a couple days ago. The Miami Dolphins, I guess in response, or to kind of add on to the NFL's policy for protesting. Earlier, they had a policy where you can't sit for the anthem.
Right.
If you're on the field, you can do it. Like, you can do whatever you want off the field, like in the locker room. But if you're on the field, you got to stand. And so the Miami Dolphins, to piggyback off of that, they're threatening 4-game suspensions for any player that kneels.
Which is
I'm gonna give you your quick thoughts on that, and then there was an update to it after that. But what are your thoughts just from that?
Well, I think my thoughts is, I mean, it's pretty clear. Like, it's just wild. Like, you can't do shit like this where you're just saying, and I get it, their biggest argument is, people aren't watching football games, or they're turning away from them. They're losing money as far as ticket sales and stuff like that, which isn't true. I think Shannon Sharp already spoke on, it was like a 5%
viewership's down all around,
but not as far as money that they made. It was a 5%. Revenue was a 5% increase, and that was what they were basically honing on. Is the reason the Ravens sent out a letter and all that other shit, which is not necessarily true. It has nothing to do with the kneeling, because they're still making millions of billions of dollars. So to constantly treat the people that are bringing in that money like shit, off of some views that they have, and it's not even the views that they have. If it was a view, like if they were kneeling for the armed forces and their treatment when they get back home, or if they were kneeling for too many puppies are getting walked in heat or left in cars for too long,
right.
then they would get a standing ovation. So the fact that you're giving people 4-game suspensions, which mind you is the same amount of suspensions that they were gonna give Ray Rice for domestic abuse
or PEDs.
So
cheating the game is the same.
So yeah, and so compare the two, like that is just wild to me. So that's my quick take, if that was even a quick take for it.
Yeah, that's just BS pretty much. Yeah, same thing. It's just they're sending a message or trying to cater to such a small minority of the fan base,
right?
Like the small pocket of racists at the top of the stadium, or some sponsors that think that it's not patriotic to kneel for the flag,
right.
When the majority of fans, I believe, and the veterans that are fans or part of the in-game experience, are in favor of kneeling. Like, this is what they fought for, and you're penalizing people for exercising their First Amendment right in the name of a couple advertising dollars.
Right,
and to punish these guys. So I think that's bullshit for the NFL to do that, and then the Dolphins to trying to slam the hammer down. Like, now we giving y'all 4 games if y'all kneel for what?
And it's Miami of all places. Like, Miami is a bunch of is so diverse in my exactly.
Cultures, yep.
So why would they be the ones to try to make that stand and think that would fly?
This goes to ownership. That's the ownership decision. Like, it's one white guy, racist fuck at the top. It's like he's not representing the entire the population of the city. It's just him and his friends.
Right.
And he thinks that's what they want. They think that it's like Goodell. I'm sorry, they're trying to appease the president, and save their tax dollars, because the NFL stuff, they don't pay taxes.
Right.
Trump is threatening to pay taxes, and his biggest stick is
being able to be a non-charitable.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't listen to Trump and what he does, then y'all gonna have to pay for it. So now they have to get in line, and that's what they're doing by taking it out on the players, which I think is bullshit. But an update to that is the NFL and the NFLPA, the Players Association, froze that action. Because of course, obviously they're going to get backlash for it. Because like I said, this rule is just for the minority racist fuckers that are fan base.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the majority of people think it's bullshit, and they got a lot of heat for it. So then they decide not to implement it, and they're going to
Miami Heat.
You
said Heat, so like the Miami Heat. Yeah, right. Go ahead.
You made me lose my fucking train of thought.
My bad.
Yeah,
I have to step in for Mike.
I know, just say the wild shit, the weird shit.
Right.
But yeah, they put a freeze on the punishment because they got a lot of backlash for it, which they should have. And now they're not going to do anything. So now you look even more crazy because now you said this, and now you can't. Now you're backpedaling on it. So what are you doing?
Well, my thing is, like, I wish people would realize that, like, if they just let black people kneel and not say shit about it, niggas aren't that consistent when you ain't riling us up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, if they would just stop making a big deal about it.
Right.
And I'm all for kneeling, but, like, let's keep it 100. Like, if somebody started kneeling every single game, how long has this been going on for, like, 3-4 years now, seasons now?
The actual kneeling, I think, has been about 2 years. This season would be 2 years.
All right, well.
Kaepernick did it in 2016.
All right, so 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it hadn't drawn all of this hoopla with the president saying what he needed to say, not to be completely honest with you, a lot of the players would have done it a couple games, and then they would have been done with it.
It was already dying out at the end of the year, and then they then Goodell did that rule saying y'all gotta stand. Like, it was pretty, for the most part, a lot of them by the end of the year were already standing.
Right. And
it was a couple of them, like, Eric Reed with the Niners, and who was the other big, like the Eagles were real big on it. And
well, they weren't even kneeling though. They were like putting their fist up and stuff like that.
Right, but I'm saying for the most part the protests were done.
Right.
And then Trump said something, or I think Goodell said something that sparked it back up.
And it's just wild that these are like multi-million-dollar corporate business leaders that just can't do common sense shit. Like, stop talking about it. Let them kneel, let their voices be heard, whatever, and just take a step back, just like the NBA does for the most part. I know it was one player that sat down and prayed. What was his name? He was a Muslim basketball player.
The older dude?
Older dude, yeah. But I'm just saying, my bad, yeah. But the NBA, like, kind of nipped it in the bud, and they moved on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But the
NBA too, though, also lets players do what they need to do and kind of takes a step back. They aren't as harsh and isn't as vocal as far as them not liking shit as the NFL is.
Right.
And you starting to see it. And that's why I think NBA players are more loyal to the establishment when it comes to the NBA because they're like hands off than the NFL and trying to control and change
I think there's an
shit.
actual standing rule in the NBA where you have to stand for the anthem.
It is.
But people aren't, they were already standing, and it's kind of, Trump said don't stand. So, of course, he say don't stand. I mean, you don't kneel, then they're going to kneel.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? The NBA players were already standing. They didn't say don't do it. Now we have to rebel against what you said.
Right.
So they were already doing it. So there's no real reason to do it.
Right.
But I don't know. Do you have anything else for that?
Nah, I mean, I don't want to keep honing on it because the kneeling shit, I mean,
it's got to be some kind of resolution to this shit.
It's got to be some kind of resolution, and I think that is it. For the most part, it was, in closing, it was successful because it did shine a lot of light on how these people that's higher up that'll smile in your face and they'll say, as far as the players, that'll smile on the player's face or be the face of an organization, and now deep down behind closed doors, they don't like none of them niggas. They don't
really
give a fuck about
you. Yep.
And that goes for the Ravens as well. Like, you can buy tickets, you can buy jerseys, you can get the fucking logo tatted on you.
What's that? Shots fired, man. I got the Ravens tattoo on.
You can get the logo tattooed on you.
Damn.
But at the end of the day, they
what
still
you trying to say? I'm coon.
I'm not
out
saying
here
that. I mean,
shucking
you didn't
and
know.
jiving
You didn't know
for the owner and shit.
You didn't know. But at the end of the day, those owners don't give two fucks about the black fan base. But moving on.
Fuck you. They don't close on that shit.
Moving on. Next topic. I said
you don't get the close
on
that.
I said what I said, man.
I said what I said. That's fucked up.
Shout out to you niggas that got Ravens tattoos, though.
I love my city.
How does it feel?
I love my city.
Niggas don't give a fuck about no niggas. They will drive past, what is it, MLK, and not think twice.
They won't.
Let me go ahead. My bad.
That's fucked up. I don't have a rebuttal for that, but I'm gonna get it at some point. I got you. We got some stuff to get to.
Nigga, you put me on. That's payback.
Yeah, we had that whole episode
exactly.
dedicated to you last week. All right, but something a little bit lighter. I was on IG scrolling, chasing the gram is what the young kids would say. I ran across this video, pretty much giving like his rule, or I guess the number one rule for it being in the barbershop, like the unwritten barbershop rules.
Right.
Let me play a clip of that, and then we're gonna get into our own rules. For black barbershops at least.
That's for barbers and patrons.
Barbers and patrons.
Yeah.
Look, rule number one, when a barber is lining you up, you don't stare right in his face when he lining you up. We do not like that shit. Don't do that shit.
Niggas don't like getting looked in the eye and shit.
Looking dead at a motherfucker while we lining your lips and face up right there. That shit gay. It's uncomfortable. Look down, look around, look away.
So
that shit is kind of weird. I close my eye. I'm one of them niggas that act like they sleep or try to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is weird. It is weird. It should be weird for both parties.
It is
like
because when I was younger, I used to see the older dudes like sit back and close their eyes, and I didn't know why. I thought it's because they were like trying to relax and like kind of take in the experience, like it was a massage or some shit. I'm like, why the fuck is they? Or they were going to sleep because they were old,
right?
But now I get in a chair, and you kind of lock eyes with your barber a couple of times.
Rules, nigga.
It's like
man rules.
I mean, because usually I wouldn't close my eyes. I would like look this way. If he's looking at me this way, if he's lining my lip up, I would kind of look in the corner or some shit. But then I'm like, it's just easier just to close your eyes. So yeah, that shit is mad weird.
So let's go down the list. My list. I mean, I've kind of thought about it. So the eye to eye contact is one. Yeah. 2 for barbers. If you holding the clippers and you lining my lip up, do not let your fucking finger touch my lip, man. I've had barbers where niggas, they'll let their finger, like their trigger finger or whatever, rest on my upper lip, and I'm like, yo, move your fucking finger, bruh.
They gotta keep it steady.
Yo,
keep the plane
touching my lip.
Gotta keep it even plane. You want your mustache uneven, fucked up?
Hold it with the tip of your finger. Do what you gotta do. Do not let your
fingers stink. You ever had a barber whose fingers stink?
I had a barbers whose fingers smell bad. That's one thing. Wash your hands.
Smell like pussy or something?
Smell like ass, man. And as soon as I got off the chair, I was fucking heated, man. All of that is so much alcohol and sanitizing liquids that in a bathroom, like just wash your hands.
Right, let's go back and forth with this. I'm gonna do one.
All right, go ahead.
So my thing is, like a roller coaster. Like you in Six Flags, you get on the Superman or the Batman. You keep your arms and legs inside the chairs because you don't want any unwarranted bumps or rubs from that your barber's dick because he's kind of close to you. So
man.
right. So
Pause.
let's pause that real quick. So yeah, if you got your arms out on the arm wrestling, they're kind of leaning in doing your lineup.
Right.
And so, you know what I'm saying? Nigga junk gonna be kind of hanging over. But if you got to keep them close to you, like between your legs or on your lap. Because if not, they're gonna be, the niggas nuts gonna be rubbing up against you. And that's an awkward moment and shit.
Right.
Maybe some of them niggas might want that shit, but it ain't happening with me.
It might be the one that rested his finger on my lip. That might be one of them dudes. But
that's definitely happened to me a couple times.
It's getting your hair cut is a dangerous game to play because they need to be close to you. They need to do their job, but it's when you have a dude that close to you and he's playing around your mouth and your face, no homo, then you gotta. It's just weird. I mean, it's just like a thin line. But let me think. Another one that. So I'm gonna put my information out there, right?
Kind of information.
I'm not gonna say my spot because that's kind of weird. But
what's your
a
spot?
Sensitive spot is like right here on my neck.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like the back of my neck. And that's like, if you want to get a right lineup, then you gotta touch the back of your neck.
Fuck?
So if I'm getting a temper and shit, and I might get the quivers and is that?
She moaning or some shit?
Nah, I ain't saying I have an orgasm in the chest. No, man. Like I get
do it again. Spank me. Pull my hair when you do it.
That's a sensitive area for me. It gives me the chills.
I did not want to know that. That's probably
so
something I didn't think I was gonna learn today. It's his spot. Ladies, if you hook up with Austin, that's his spot. Is back of his neck. You want to blow on it?
Hey, you gotta call me.
Tickle it.
Call me King Bing Ding Big Dog Big Ding Dong. Why you do it? FYI.
Nigga, please.
But no, I mean that's pretty much.
So what was your rule? What was the rule?
It was don't rest your fingers on my lip.
No. The last one you just said.
Oh, like just. I mean, that can't be a general rule. That's specific
your
to me.
Personal thing. I'm talking like universal. You're like, you don't want the back of your neck touched because you might get a woody and
nah,
shit.
I didn't say that. I just get the chills a little bit.
The chills.
Let me see. Just I don't know, man. Be cognizant of some niggas.
The
neck
man's
is sensitive.
spots and shit. What the fuck are you on? What the fuck are you talking about?
Not that. It's just
What the hell you talking about?
I'll move on to the next topic.
You talking about?
I have two more. I have two more. If you don't have any, I got two more. So I think
you wrote yours down. That's unfair. I could have edited the one.
Some people prep for this show. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad.
So my next rule I had was do not. I think this is probably the biggest one.
Pause.
Don't let anybody when you signing in, you come in assignment, don't let niggas hop in front of you, man.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? If you
trash.
cool with the barber, if the nigga come in and you know you've been sitting there for like 30 minutes, so you know you put your shit down at 11:55, nigga walk in and try to get in the chair. Don't let that nigga hop in your fucking spot,
that's
man.
trash,
you
yeah.
gotta say something. When a barber might be like, yo, he got an appointment, bro. That's my appointment. Or that you can't really help. But if a nigga just walk in front of you, bro. Like
that's
like,
the barber's job. I mean, if
the barbers don't give a fuck, they want the money, they want the haircut. That shit is like letting the nigga take your fruit cocktail in prison and shit.
Yeah,
like you forever labeled a bitch.
Money, yeah.
You forever labeled a bitch. You let niggas just hop in front of you like that. So you gotta stand up for you. So you gotta say something like, "Hey, bro, I signed in," or some shit
first or some shit like that. Or I think a lot of people do now is when you know you next. Niggas start getting undressed and shit. Like
Right.
you the next nigga in
You
line.
like cracking they neck.
Right, you start standing up, like stretching out. You might not even come there with a jacket, but you might start like loosening
Right.
up your collar, touching your hair a little bit, knowing that you next just to stand up, just to let niggas know you're like I'm
Start
next.
looking,
and shit.
start trying to make eye contact with the barber and shit. Start
Yeah.
looking down like, yeah, I'm next. Like,
Right,
yo, how much
everybody.
more time you got left with him? I see you start seeing him start going across and start cleaning his line up
Right,
with the
right.
alcohol and shit. Start
They
looking.
start pointing at you in the track race and shit. They start pointing towards
Yeah.
the chair.
You got fake like you was going there too early. Like you get up and be like, oh damn, you not ready yet?
Yeah,
oh,
that's
I'm
some
next.
trash.
After you done, bro.
Well, I mean, that's why niggas like barbers have they do appointments now, and then the signing sheet. But yeah, it's trash if a barber if somebody come in there and Hot man, you know you next. Cause I mean, I've seen old heads do that shit to kids before, and I'm like, yo,
that shit
come on, that's
cruddy.
fucked. Yeah, that's fucked up. Cause you know, a little boy isn't gonna really speak up.
Yeah, staying up to a man.
Yeah, but I've seen children check dudes before, like, nah, I was next, and then you just out there looking crazy because you try to hop in front of a child. Yeah. So yeah, definitely no hopping the line. Respect the time you got there. If you want to be there first, wake your ass up early and do what you need to do, man.
That's not enough, man. Shout out to like the barbers that are doing it through appointment. Shout out to Sheldon. He doing this shit on Style Seat.
Yeah, if it
you guys in Baltimore, hit Sheldon up. Sheldon Creative on Style Seat and book through him.
Hold up, but is a difference between doing appointments, and starting them bitches on time. That's an included.
Yes.
Sheldon does that. But it's barbers that's not doing that. Like,
yeah, it's just you literally book an appointment just to say that you booked for that day. Like, nah, nigga, I booked for 3 o'clock, not between the hours of 3 and 6. And I'm just sitting there while you chit chat, go on lunch and all that other dumb shit.
I got an appointment at 3 o'clock. I don't get in the chair until 5:30 and shit. Like, what's the point?
That shit is trash. Like I booked this time. I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think, all right, my last rule.
We ain't going to trash barbers.
We'll be here all day. No, we love
up.
Barbers. I just got my haircut today. Thinking a little icy fresh. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, a little something. So I think the last one, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, is leave your girl at home. Don't have
you do that to yourself.
Having your girl sit in the barbershop?
What dude would sign off on that? I think
I'm saying, but it's some dudes that just bring their girlfriend to the barbershop and let them sit in there. So
I don't think that was personally their decision to do that.
Why would a girl want to sit? Some dudes just think their girl is bad and they just want to have her in there so everybody else can see it. It's niggas that's like that. Did you see? You say you saw Don from was it Danny Kane?
Oh yeah,
Asiatic Cuts.
Yeah, I did see him.
What was the deal with that?
It was no deal. She was just sitting there looking crazy.
Why was she there? Her man was in there, right?
That's true. I
mean,
so
you bring your girl because his girl was Dawn from Danny Kane, which was hot at the time.
Nobody cared though.
At that time, like they was popping. So he's like, I'm bringing Dawn through. She gonna sit through. I get my cut, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna show y'all niggas what I'm working with.
But that's the thing. Like barbers ain't on a. They're not gonna give you, especially the fucking barbershop I was at. Them niggas wasn't gonna give you no applause, even if they did respect it. They was gonna sit there with the grimy face on, fuck that nigga, blah blah blah. We don't know who she is, but we know who she is. But like, why, man? Like, it's just too many topics and conversations that goes on. Even if I wanted to stunt with my girl, I would have a walk in with me, and I wouldn't have her just sitting there. Because you just talk about too much shit in the barbershop. It's just I don't know. It's just uncomfortable to have your girl there while you get your hair cut. It's shout out to him, I guess. I mean, he brought Dawn through, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might have been looking for the uncle at the cookout. I see you, nephew. I see what you doing out here.
Yeah.
I see you pimping.
Yeah, I guess.
Nah, but it's like either they don't gonna give a fuck, or they might try to rap to her, or they just gonna be
that shit was
that's
around
like bringing them niggas into the fucking the around the wolves and shit,
yeah,
right?
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like you just setting yourself up for failure.
Just setting yourself up for one niggas to be hounding your girl, one,
right,
and then two, like niggas think they gonna shoot they shot, and then now you know the niggas that you thought was your homies don't give two fucks about you, because now they want to fuck with your girl. So I mean, and especially it was like around Morgan too, so it was like a bunch of 22-year-old, them niggas really don't give a fuck. So I mean, he brought it through. Nobody really acknowledged it. Niggas brought it up, so that was done from Danny Kane, blah blah blah, after she left, but I mean, after that, they just talked about how trash her singing was and how Danny came. So, I mean, it didn't really help him out.
Her makeup was caked on?
Yeah, and then you see him. So, I don't think it really helped his situation out. But, I mean, it is what it is. If you got a girl, show off. I mean, that's if she's
look at you showing your girl off. I don't show my girl off. You don't show your girl off? You're an asshole.
That's my dating life is personal. I'm a gentleman. I don't kiss and tell.
Yeah, okay.
Unless it's in text message with you, Jamel, and then I tell everything. But go ahead.
I think all right. Let's moving forward. I was trying to avoid, speaking on the Dorito in chief, the Cheeto in chief. His further embarrassment. I mean, it's bad enough he's been embarrassing us domestically. But now he's gone. He's taken his tour, the dummy tour, the stupidity tour overseas,
right?
To London, to England, and to Russia apparently too. I think so. President Trump, he was in London. There was huge protests,
right,
for him. They've been trying to ban him, and he came anyway. So there's been a lot of protests for Trump coming through, and probably the highlight of that is like just the disrespect that he just shows for every custom, every ally that we have. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Because it's not about...
And he just embarrasses himself and he embarrasses the country everywhere he goes. And I think more recently, like with the Queen Elizabeth, that's the Queen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he had like an interview and he had her waiting on stage for 15 minutes.
Right.
Said she checked her watch. She don't even have a watch, and she had to check that shit. How do you make the Queen of fucking England wait for 15 minutes on stage in the heat? She was in 90-degree heat, and she's 90 years old.
She's old as fuck. He could have been liable for her death. Man.
All right, exactly.
Like immediate war and shit like that. She passed out. But yeah, we done. Are you done as far as
as far as that? I think there's another tradition where they like do a guard inspection of the British troops, and it's traditionally you stay behind the Queen while she does the inspection. I guess I don't know if you're inspecting or you're just looking, but you stay behind her. This nigga's walking in front of us trying to get all the airtime. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think honestly, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because I just don't think that he's smart enough.
What?
Come on, bro. Like,
Trump the benefit of the doubt.
It was some shit. It was some shit.
Advisors and fucking people that tell him.
His staff is probably just as dumb as he is. Like, his staff is probably not as educated as far as international traditions and stuff as
somebody
he is.
Has to let you know. Like, even if you don't want to listen, somebody has to let you.
See him fail.
No, the people in office don't want to see him fail. Like, that's his people. That's his homies.
He's snitching on him quick now, man. But yeah, I just think that added to the list of more face to palm moments
shit
that
in my head moments.
And that's the thing, like, it's really now, like, you just don't, it's not surprising anymore. It's not shocking anymore. It's just chuck it up to another headline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did we really expect? That's what I'm saying. Did we really expect him to go overseas, meet the Queen of England, and do everything right? No.
I guess at this point we're waiting for the train wreck. Like, what is he going to do? It's sad, but it was kind of like waiting for something stupid to happen.
Right.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can he fuck this up? Like, and he always does. He always surprises us.
He's surprised, like, damn, he really doing this dumb, and damn, we really letting him get away with this shit. Like, but it's just, like I said, man, it's becoming the norm. Like, and I just really have to applaud the president that comes after him, because it's like starting over. Like, that position at this point after this term is not gonna be taken serious. It's a joke now. Like, and he's made it a joke where tweeting is the norm.
Yeah,
not fucking.
I think the expectations are lowered now. Yeah, so I guess whoever comes in, I think, will be like the best president ever. Whoever follows him, if I could be president, be better than him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, just have to have some common sense.
Right.
But just quickly, as well, he went to Russia and spoke with Putin. His best friend pretty much dapped him up and said about the meddling in the 2016 elections. Right. He's like, Putin, you do it. I didn't do it.
I didn't do that shit.
I believe you.
What are you talking about?
Regardless of the evidence that happened. But so more embarrassment is that he's pretty much shitting on our intelligence.
Which is
and saying our mortal enemy is telling the truth, and all he said was that I didn't do it, and he believed him, even though the evidence is to the contrary.
Yeah, because the shit is out there. Like, again, like, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but like, shit was happening throughout the election.
Right. We knew it.
Yeah, and it's hackers, Russian hackers that are being prosecuted that trace back to an intelligence department within the Russian government. Like, that shit is not just hearsay anymore. There's actual charges that have been brought against these 12 hackers. That's right. So, and they've all been one-sided as far as who they've hacked and who they tried to attack. You know what I'm saying? So, like, so it's pretty obvious, and it's also pretty obvious that he lies about a lot of the things that he says, because whether they have dirt on him or whether they helped him get elected and shit like that. But it's just, at this point, it's just like, let's just get to 2020. Let's get this shit over with, and just like let's look back at this time in history and laugh if we don't get nuked or get, fucked up before
I think the worst part of this is Obama gave a speech in South Africa on Nelson Mandela's 100th birthday.
I ain't watched that shit. How was it?
Man, he fucking killed that shit.
Really?
It was like, God damn, like, bring Obama back, please. Like, this is what a president's supposed to look like, huh?
Can I do my Obama impersonation?
You can try to. I mean, I'm going to laugh at you, but go ahead.
Well, I would like to say to the American people that Trump is a bitch. There we go. That's all I had.
Shut up.
Stop that shit.
Fuck you, Jamel, and suck my dick. There you go.
All right, moving on. Your boy,
My boy.
Stevie J.
Oh, what's it called? The Freak Bus or some shit like that?
The Freak Bus?
The J, didn't they have like all the O's on it?
The Freak Bus? I mean, I'm trying to get down with that, but I don't know what you're talking about, the Freak Bus. I'm talking about Stevie J, your boy, loving hip-hop, the scumbag, OG scumbag.
Right.
Fucks with Stevie. He's hilarious. Got married to Faith Evans.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. That's Faith Evans is Biggie's ex-wife.
Real quick, Faith Evans dropped an exclusive. Did you hear about that shit on Drink Champs?
Nah. I don't listen to Drink Champs.
Oh, shit. Well, Faith Evans, and this might take a drink. So, Faith Evans revealed to Drink Champs that not only did Biggie eat ass, but she used to return the favor to him as well. Does that not come out the GOAT topic? No homo, but
Where are you taking this? Austin?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Are we talking about eating ass or something?
Nah, I'm just saying Biggie.
But Biggie rapped about that. She's talking about girls shitting on his chest and stuff.
He was a nasty nigga. You right. Never mind.
Right.
Go ahead.
What do you say? Something. Bitch so good I suck on your daddy dick. Like, that nigga ain't give a fuck. So he eat ass. That's not a revelation.
Faith Evans hiking Biggie's eating his ass. She said she returned the favor.
That's a real bitch.
So now she eating Stevie J.
Round of applause.
Oh, yeah, it's funny. It's funny while I'm scrolling right now. It came up. It says, "Say what now?" Faith Evans reveals she ate Notorious B.I.G.'s booty like groceries. And
That's just a funny term.
And this article is brought to you by The Buddy. But moving on, my bad.
All right. But anyway, they got married. Stevie J and Faith Evans got married. Faith Evans is Notorious B.I.G.'s ex-wife. Stevie J is B.I.G.'s producer and friend. So they're getting married. It's like, oh, God damn, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is your friends' exes or deceased spouse, are they off limits? Is there a limit to this, or what's the rules to how you engage with your friend's ex?
Y'all cool, they're homies. A friend's ex or the one that died is a difference.
Well, let's do,
because that goes back to our last.
Well, let's just do ex in general, because
we talked about that last show though.
Huh?
Let's just add a question.
No. We talk about family and the exes. I'm talking about you. If me and my girlfriend broke up, is there a certain time? Can you fuck my ex?
No, man, that's crazy.
Saying this is what Stevie J is doing. He's fucking his friend's ex.
I ain't say that's cool. That's what you should do.
That's my question.
Man.
Is it cool to do that? What's the rules on that? Is there like a certain time, like after 4 years or after 2 years? Can I now go at the ex? Do I have to get permission?
No,
it's just that the ex is completely off limits.
The ex is completely. If y'all was just fucking, if like say you was just fucking, y'all was just dealing with a chick and she wasn't your girlfriend or anything like that, then maybe. But you gotta run it past your homie
like
first.
A dummy?
Not a dummy. I mean, you could just be like sleeping with a girl and then years go by or some time goes by and then your friends sleep with her or. I'm not one of
you talking about like hoes passing hoes.
No, I'm not. That's not even like pass hoes. You can be sleeping with somebody and she not a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all can just be cool. Y'all just talking or whatever. But if that's your girlfriend and that's you like
let's
make it official,
more
then
to more serious, like an actual relationship. Like I said, Stevie
No,
J,
you can't do that shit, man.
Okay, because Aaron Hernandez, his teammate, got his ex-wife pregnant after he passed.
So are we talking about just in general or death, after death?
Well, let's do death. Is there a rule about death?
I think so.
If they pass, if you die, can I now sleep with your baby mother? No, I mean, it's too many women out here, man.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Like,
I mean, that's
law,
crazy.
like, you know what I'm saying? If you're my best friend's significant other, I would feel we have that brother-sister type of bond anyway, where I wouldn't even look at you like that. I look at all of all of my homies' girls as like sisters.
Unattractive. I mean,
yeah, they're like completely unattractive.
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm like. I'm not even attracted to you. If you would, like, for example, like Mike, I'm like, if you would sleep with Mike and take Mike serious, that's disgusting. If you would sleep with Jamel and take him serious, it's something obviously fucking wrong with you. So I don't want to
upgrade your life. You upgrade your life. You fuck
first
with
off,
me
I don't
after
want
you.
anything those two niggas have first and foremost, and then like 3, I just
You don't
wouldn't.
want to eat ass though.
3, it wouldn't even be like a. It wouldn't even. It wouldn't even be all seriousness though. Like it wouldn't even. I wouldn't even find them attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's my friends. That's my brothers. Like, y'all was already intimate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's we're even in passing. But with that being said, I'm pretty sure it's dudes where if the woman's husband died or their boyfriend died and they're broken up about it, and the only familiar face that they know is around, and they
taking advantage, man. That's sleazy. That's such a scummy.
But Biggie died
scumbag move,
like 2 decades ago.
So
like,
if I feel like if you're doing that, I feel like you were lusting after my girl the whole
did,
time,
nigga.
and you were just waiting for your chance to pounce. You wait till I die, like that's fucked up.
Yeah. What you can't be mad at me no
That's
more.
scummy. I'm gonna haunt the shit out you. haunt you with limp dick. You never get up ever.
She's still going. I mean, she's still gonna love me though.
Right, and she ain't shit.
Well,
I guess for her, if you died, then she's in a very vulnerable moment. You're that shoulder to cry on.
Both
type
of y'all
nigga.
are vulnerable, and y'all
The
crying
dude
about
ain't
the same
vulnerable.
thing.
No,
that's his home. Well, in the Stevie J situation, no. But if your brother died, first off, if your brother died. Nah, it's kind of weird.
So I die. You want my baby mother?
Nah, I would definitely not. But I'm just saying, it's that would be kind of. You know who you are. It's like nah. I'm just saying it's kind of fucked up, yo. Like I could see y'all both down about the same thing, and y'all trying to recover, and I could see where that kind of y'all would find even common ground, but at the same time too, that's
don't
not
do
cool.
it.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
not
it's
cool.
too many other women out there. Find somebody else, man. Like that's your best friend, and you know your best friend love this woman, so you gonna fuck her and marry her.
And then your homie probably already told you all her deep dark shit, so you kind of use that as a tool. All right.
Then and with Stevie J and Faith Evans thing, like the kids are old enough to know. Like what's it, CJ, the oldest son is pissed.
For real?
Like, the fuck? Yeah, already he was pissed.
That nigga don't know. That nigga wasn't really knowing what was going on. Like when he was younger and Stevie J was helping produce him and shit. All he can really go off of is I know this isn't right because he used to produce for my father, but.
Or that nigga watch Love and Hip Hop, he know it's just Stevie J
that
in
could
general.
Be it.
Like,
yeah, that could be
like
it.
my mother bring home Stevie J. I'm like, oh shit, man, we gotta fight.
Yeah,
you know this nigga a dirtbag and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I guess.
Can't live in the past forever. That shit was like.
So in conclusion, so this is a no for leave the ex alone.
I think that it's just it's awkward, and again, like I don't want to sleep with anybody that my best friend or my brother has already like slept with or not even slept with, but had an emotional. Okay. Already had like an emotional relationship with. Like y'all had something that was more than just sex. So like I don't want to share that.
You feel like she's doing it because it's a piece of you or a piece of the the deceased.
Yeah, it's kind of like remembering the, you know what I'm saying?
Looking like someone think of him when that's weird.
Right. I mean, the only thing is, I'm like, she might be calling for God while we having sex, but I don't want her to really think.
Oh God, I wish she would finish. Oh my God, this is terrible.
When is this over? Right. But no, I mean, I think it's just something that morally doesn't feel right. Like your moral compass should tell you like this shit is kind of fucked up no matter the time and the fact that my friend died.
Right. Moving on. I think that me and you might be the only two niggas that might have watched this fucking movie, which I'm upset about. So I'm trying to get this video some pub. Sorry to bother you. Dropped last week. It was last Friday.
Yeah.
It was a week from today. And I'm kind of pissed that I'm not hearing nobody talk about it because it was an awesome movie. I think it was a great premise, a black cast, a lot of social issues that were touched on it, and it's like nobody really gives a fuck. Like we gave all the black excellence to Black Panther and Get Out and all that stuff, and then this comes out and it kind of passed. I'm not sure if it's because like the cast wasn't a quote unquote star-studded cast, but I thought it was a great movie. I'm gonna let you start with your thoughts on the film.
Yeah, most definitely. So Well, the first thing that attracted me to the film is a lot of people don't know. When I was doing mortgage, it was really by over the phone, right?
Right.
So I mean, it wasn't cold calling, but it was kind of warm calling. Fucking Google that shit if you don't know what that means.
Or you could just tell us real quick.
No, but basically it was not telemarketing, but it was still you have to engage with whoever you're talking to primarily over the phone. That's where you started. So when I first saw the previews, it was a guy named Cassius Green working for Regal View, and he had to basically put on his white voice, quote unquote, in order to make money as a telemarketer, making sales and shit like that. So I was like, man, I'm all for that shit. Any black person that I've had to work in a call center, customer service, whether it's telemarketing, customer service, more whatever, you should immediately be like, fuck, I need to see this movie, so because I can relate. Like movies you should go to, you should be able to relate to it, and it put like a little funny spin on it. And how many memes have we seen where it's been like, when I'm at work, I'm this person, but when I'm in the car, I'm fucking ratchet shit on me and shit. So that connected to me. So long story short, that was what made me super excited about the movie. But it's all over the place. Like it's definitely an alternative kind of comedy, alternative. It's definitely nothing that you've ever seen before when watching a movie.
From black comedy, at least.
A black comedy, right? And
very
that's what I'm saying.
Quirky kind of movie.
It's quirky. It's very a lot of dry humor and shit like that. But like Jamel said, it definitely should have been more impactful than it was for the black audience. When I went there the day after it opened. And even though the premise of what they really showcased was black people that had to put on that white voice when they're on the phone, nigga, the whole crowd was a bunch of white people. I'm like, yo, like, can we not? Do black people not relate to this shit? Or I don't know, but no, it was a dope movie, man. I don't want to give too much away from it, but it was a dope ass movie. I left confused as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like,
it was crazy. It was
like 5
crazy.
minutes.
It was funny as shit, but it was just crazy. It went completely left from what we were watching.
It's like 3 movies in one. It could have really been 3 different movie topics in one.
Right.
Like, but again, without giving out too much, like, I was kind of heated when. I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but the shit was a good movie. People definitely should watch Sorry to Bother You. And then also, let's just kind of touch on your white voice. Jamel, do you have a white voice?
Absolutely. I don't think that you can be in kind of the corporate world that we're in and not have a certain, like I said, the quote, like he's saying, the quote unquote white voice,
right?
Which is, I guess, is the more. How do you describe the white voice?
The way that they explain it in the movie, and they did an amazing job explaining it, right? So, and it was a section in there where I was like, damn, like that's what people have been saying. Like, it's not necessarily a white voice, it's the tone in which you talk as though you don't really have a care in life.
Exactly. It's the privilege.
It's the privilege of, I don't really need this fucking job. I don't even really need the money. After I leave here, I'm hopping on a fucking boat and I'm going to smoke a cigar.
Right. And
I have all my bills are paid and stuff like that. So I think that that's where it gets misconstrued. And I've seen people get mad, like, I don't have a white voice. Fuck you. I just speak educated.
Yeah. It's like white means educated and black means uneducated.
And that's not necessarily true. So I think what they were trying to really clarify in the movie is that they call it a white voice, but in actuality, all it means is that your voice sounds like carefree.
Yeah, exactly. It's a carefree
very carefree.
Fuck it type of voice.
Yeah, a fuck it type of voice. Like, is you still articulate your words in a way, but it's more as though of nothing. I'm not taking anything necessarily seriously.
And with that being said, it's still hilarious the way they flip it with they dub it with the white guy's voice on top of Cash's voice, and they have what's his name? Ghost is in there.
Yeah, Ghost is in there.
His white voice shit is fucking hilarious, and then they tell him to turn the white voice off, and then they go back to their regular voice.
Look, man, and then you can hear the stress, and that's what I think that's what's so great about it is that when they turn a white voice on, it's upbeat, is happy, is carefree, but then when they talk in that regular black voice, you can hear
beat
the
down,
stress
niggas, the struggle and shit,
bills and shit like that. And I think that's what it really hones on, which is dope as hell because it's never really been clarified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like I I said, I don't know what the reason that people aren't really going out and seeing it, but it's a dope ass movie with a crazy ending, and it touches on a lot of social topics, not just race and white voice, but corporations versus the workers and stuff
selling
like
your
that.
soul and
Selling your soul, cultural appropriation,
right?
All types of stuff. So
going against what you truly feel just to make a buck, to live this life. You know what I'm saying? And with me and Jamel, and I think I can even speak on Mike's behalf. Being where we're from.
Speak on Mike's behalf. He's on live.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mike. But just going up that corporate ladder and trying to make a name for yourself and shit, you do get in certain situations where you're torn. Like,
right.
I'm from Baltimore. This is how I really feel. This is how I really feel about certain situations. But do I really want to be that Baltimore nigga in a room full of people that are ignorant and don't really get it? Like,
right.
Just to throw an example out there, it was a lady while I was doing my training and shit, and she was just going down a list of different artists that were going to perform at a festival. So it was like Young Thug, SZA and shit like that. People whose rap names, once certain people try to say it and make it seem like these names are just really, really crazy. And I've never heard anything like that, like Young Thug and shit like that. You kind of want to snap out of your black voice. I'm like, first off, I know you listen to the music. I know you follow the culture. I know you know exactly who they are because you slipped up and said it before. But now you're trying to act like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of trying to hold that side back because you don't want to get out of character and put yourself in a situation where you're
I think that's the argument too, is that why should you be in character? You should be yourself,
right?
Type of thing. Yeah, and I think we've all been in situations like that, where you kind of have to try to appeal to what you think they want to see and what you think is safe and not going to really startle them. Like, whoa, this he's too urban for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of relate on certain levels. And I've been in situations where I was bar backing and I had two guys that were talking about baseball. I grew up playing baseball, was my first sport, first love. And I'm like, Orioles, they're starting pitching, you know what I'm saying? They need some help.
Right.
So we need some more lefty help against, because they throw better against the righties or some shit. And he's like, so you guys see the NBA playoffs. What do you think about the Wizards? I'm like, the fuck, I don't want to talk about fucking basketball. I don't know shit about basketball.
Right.
So they just assume you want to talk basketball or whatever fits that stereotypes and stuff like that. But
like Jamel, rap for us.
Nigga shit. Nigga shit.
That's another, just to kind of, tail it back into the movie. People go see Sorry to Bother You. You are going to leave confused as fuck. I'm not going to sit there and say you want to know exactly what the hell is going on.
It's fun though. That ending was fun. It was like crazy, but it was funny.
Right.
Right. I'm not gonna speak, but it was funny. Definitely see it. I think just to wrap up, what's going on this weekend? What are your plans this weekend, bro?
Well, Artscape is going down, so for all of you, not even cultured anymore, but if
hipsters, it's a Baltimore thing. It's not even like a hipster shit. It's just like niggas from Baltimore come down.
Check out Artscape. Bring the kids and stuff like that. My biggest thing now that I'm trying to get into just in life in general is just getting out more. It's shit bigger in life than clothes and materialistic things. So my biggest thing is just getting out into out nature and all that shit's inhaling fresh air and shit like that. So
you're definitely on your free spirit shit right now.
Gotta be, man. Like, I'm getting old now, so now I'm about to start wearing flip flops and shit.
Yeah, you're on that hipster free spirit shit.
While still being a slave to corporate America.
Exactly. You got to do what you got to do sometimes.
I still work for the man, by the way.
So you're going to Artscape. I think I'm going to check out Artscape as well. I'm going to bring my sons down there. It's a great experience as far as, like the food, the booths, and the live music.
Different people and shit
the different people that you run into. The art. Like, I don't buy the art, but I can go through the booths and look at it and shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's just for more the experience and getting the kids socialized and all that good stuff. The Ravens are having the open practice this Saturday.
Shout out Lamar Jackson.
Shout out to why we're here. The future, right? The future
and
is
if you
here.
listen to this show, that's the only reason why I'm going to the open practice.
Yeah, basically, they don't have fireworks down there, so I'm going to take the kids as well to see the Ravens play. I also have to ingrain in my son's head that he is, in fact, a Ravens fan. He stays in South Jersey most of the time, so he's like His family are Eagles fans. Well, his mom's side of the family is Eagles fans and Cowboys fans. This nigga came home talking about the Steelers. He said he's a Steelers. I was about to smack the shit out. I was about to put him out the house.
Put him in sit him in the hallway.
Go upside his head.
Yeah.
Like, Daddy, the Steelers have 6 championships. I'm like,
so he one of those.
Yeah, he's one of them. I was like, who the fuck told you they had 6 champions? I had to show him a picture of Ray Lewis with the championship trophy. Like, yeah, the Ravens got some chips too. I'm all right. I had to like remind myself that he's 5. I'm like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? But still, I'm like, he has his Ravens jersey. You want to take him to Ravens practice? Like, nigga, you are a Ravens fan. Like, I don't want to hear none of that other shit.
Sit him in a room, dark room, put a tablet in his hands and nothing but Ravens highlights on repeat and shit like YouTube. That. Like, what's the name? What's the Manchurian Candidate type shit?
Yeah.
They put him on some shit like that.
Subconsciously, like this shit is gonna be grain in subconscious. You a fucking Ravens.
I'm gonna tell
fan.
you right now, man. That's my nephew, but I will fucking disown him if he's a Steelers.
And
fan.
I wouldn't blame you. We
Same
both
thing
disown
goes
him.
for my daughter. I will take my last name from her in a heartbeat if she
Right,
comes
the
and
whole
tells me
name,
that
though?
if she's a Steelers fan, Redskins fan, or Patriots fan, because I'm not going for them half-ass Baltimore Patriots fans.
That's facts. And lastly, I want to give a like a moment of silence. Send my condolences to a young lady, Taylor Hayes, in Baltimore. She was a 7-year-old that was killed in, I guess, a targeted shooting that was for whoever was the parent, whoever was in the driver, and she was a 7-year-old innocent little girl that was in the back seat that got hit. And she fought for her life for 2 weeks, and unfortunately, she passed away a couple of days ago. So I just want to send my condolences to her family, and just, when does the dumb shit stop, man?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely. It's just sad, man. Like, at the end of the day, in Baltimore, all of us are going through the same struggle. All of us are trying to make it. All of us are trying to find some way. And even, I mean, I'm very fortunate in the life that I have. And I know people are less fortunate and have less, tools and options to eat at the end of the day.
Right.
But I mean, that goes for the same person that's just shooting and killing. Like, we're all trying to find a meal and trying to figure this crazy thing called life out. So why cut somebody's life short, or a child that has nothing to do with it? I'm just talking about shooting at each other in general, when we're all trying to reach the same common goal, is to, be somewhere in life where we feel comfortable, or feel
like
be
crab in
somewhere.
a bucket mentality.
Yeah, there's a crab in a bucket mentality, and it even sucks more because I have a daughter and a little girl that's 7 years old that has nothing to do with these situations, whose life is cut short when she could. Who knows what she could have been?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you cut somebody's dreams short over drugs, or over a petty argument or a petty disagreement. And when it's all said and done, not only is the little girl's life lost, but the person, when they find him, which I think they already have, his life is gone.
Another kid.
Right, so you're just throwing your life away over dumb shit, over shit that you could a month pass, and a lot of times people will forget about those arguments. So you just grow and move on, and a lot of shit isn't deep. So again, condolences out to our family. I hate to see a little girl lose her life, but we got to do better, Baltimore.
Yeah. Anything else to add, Austin?
Well, I do have to say, nah, I don't have no other shit, man.
Okay.
Shut up. Shut up.
All right. I guess in
fucking
lieu of
Obama
Mike's
impression.
absence, Mike, get well soon. Hope that that irritation, that allergy
It's
goes
called
down
herpes,
from that.
nigga.
dick.
We don't have to keep saying that, okay?
All right. In memory of Mike. Hey, yo, fuck y'all. We out.
Hey.